everyone, welcome to my weekly edition of Show Me How It's Done. My name is Lauren Urbonis and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Now I apologize to those of you who have already tried to watch this video. I received a little message this evening saying that the one that I uploaded to YouTube this afternoon did not sound great, and I cannot for the life of me figure out how to fix the sound on it. So I'm refilming for you because I really want you to have this pocket fold tutorial. It's so quick and easy. So I'm refilming this guy and I will repost it, hopefully with better results for you. So if you'd like to follow along with me, you need some paper. You need the Adventurous Sky Bundle and some inks, and I will walk you through what you need in just a second. So I'm going to move this guy out of my way and we're going to focus on just grabbing one of those cards for our viewpoint. So piece of cardstock number one is a base. We need Night of Navy, at least that's what I'm using. This will be 4 1/4 by 11, and we're going to do some scoring on that in just a minute, but 4 1/4 by 11. Then we need some pieces for our little pocket here. This pocket, if you didn't know, comes straight out, and that's where it gets the pocket fold name from. So we've got one piece of Cajun Craze. It will be 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then I'm going to use a piece of Smoky Slate because it's still light enough to write on. You could also use vanilla or white. This is going to be 3 3/4 by 5. The last piece of paper that you're going to need to cut is a piece of Designer Series paper that is 4 inches by 4 inches. And I will show you how to cut that in just 1 minute. While you're waiting or while you're getting ready, you might also want to prep these two features. So I'm going to get you to do that now. You can use the Stylish Shapes dies that I'm using. This is the 3rd largest of the circles. Or if you don't have Stylish Shapes, grab any sort of circle, any sort of punch shape. It could be an oval, it could be a rectangle, whatever you want. You're just making a decal of some sort for a little aircraft to rest upon. Now, the Adventurous Sky Bundle is what I chose to use for this version of my card. So I have the gorgeous airplanes, lots of clouds, lots of sentiments, and my choice of dies that go with that as well. I do want to let you guys know that it is currently June 2024, and during this month, Stampin' Up! Is offering a discount on these bundles. Now, regularly in our new catalogs, whenever Stampin' Up! Comes out with a new bundle, they give you 10% off when you buy the stamp and the die together. This month, you're getting an additional 10% off of that already discounted price. So it's basically like 20%, but it's slightly less because you're getting 10% off the 10% discount. So I don't know the exact cents and math on that one, but if you are interested in this, you could actually see the price difference right here. This is the original 10% discount that you can buy it at from now until April 2025, or you can order this month for $64.75. This 10% deal is on for the cut and emboss machines, the big ones and the small ones, and any of the discounted bundles that Stampin' Up! Currently has in their catalog. So if you head to my website, laurenurbonus.stampinup.net, type in bundles in the search box, you will be able to see anything that's listed in a nice red price with the original black one crossed out. You will know it's an additional sale price, and that's only good until the end of June. So make sure to take advantage of it because any pennies you can save are great. Okay, I'm moving that out of the way now, and we're going to get a little cutting and stamping done. So I think I'm going to do my stamping first, just because it's easy and then I can assemble everything. I need this little gray piece to start with and a sentiment. So I'm choosing the Flying By to Say Hi sentiment, and I'm going to stamp that in Smoky Slate ink on top of my Smoky Slate paper, just up here in the top right hand corner. Now, you probably want to grab some sort of scrap paper when you're doing clouds in the background. because you don't want all the clouds resting on the paper. You want some coming on and some coming off. Now I will let you know this card here and that I used the large cloud set, but I had class tonight and I have class tomorrow and we're using that. So it's already mounted and it's inked in Night of Navy and it's all messy for my class attendees. So I'm just gonna leave that set up downstairs and I'm gonna use the smaller cloud for this refilm, simply because I wanted you to have this video. I promise you that there's videos every Tuesday, and I know you'll be very sad if there's not one. So I'm gonna get this done for you tonight. There we go. So I'm just messy stamping. Some of the clouds are on the paper, some are off. You just want like a nice little cloud scene up in the top here. While you have that ink out, this is why I got you to cut out your little decal ahead of time. We're gonna stamp some clouds in the sky. Now I don't want really dark clouds. I don't want that to be the focus. So all I'm gonna do is I'm going to stamp off on my scrap and then stamp my background again. Okay, and just do a little bit of messy stamping for a background of clouds. We should be ready to start scoring and cutting now. So if you have a Stampin' Up! Trimmer, that will be your best friend because it has both the scoring tool and a cutting blade on it. If you don't have it though, please don't stress. You can easily use your own tools and you'll just have to do these things separate. So we're gonna score first. So make sure your cutting blade is out of the way, gone. We're not using it. We're scoring on the horizontal, like 11-inch side of our Night of Navy. So step number 1 is going to be lining this up to 5.5 inches. Right there, it's about 14 centimeters. And I'm scoring, make sure you're scoring on that line. Now we're gonna move over. We want to line up now to 1.25 inches. About 3.2 centimeters. This is also why I like the Stampin' Up! Trimmer, because I can easily tell you both the inches and the centimeters message right off the bat. Okay, we have those two pieces scored in their beautiful areas. Now we need to cut your designer series paper. So we start off with a 4x4 inch square because we want to have a continuous pattern between our two pieces here. Okay, so if you have something that is very directional, like my piece here, you're going to make sure to cut this in the way that I'm showing you. If you've got a piece like this, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what the top or the bottom is. You can flip around and it doesn't matter. But if you have something with an image like airplanes that you don't want flying sideways, you're going to hold this up in front of you and then you're going to turn 90 degrees. So we are tipping it on its side for the cutting, not the assembly. Lining up to the 3-inch mark, we're going to cut those two apart. So now you have a 3-inch by 4-inch piece and a 1 by 4-inch piece. And we are ready to assemble. Okay, job number 1. We're going to take our base here and we're going to fold that piece in half very nicely. Then you're going to find this little flap and fold it down. It's making a fun little pocket for you. Okay, folded that down. Then you're going to start with the bigger designer series piece. Okay, so we've got this guy. We're going to add some tape to the back, or seal, or glue, whatever works for you. We're going to add this so we have an equal border on the left, the right, and the bottom. You're going to be scared and you're going to think that there's way too much room left on the top, and that is okay. It's meant to be there. Just a border on the left, right, and bottom, okay? And a bunch of empty space on the top. Now you're probably wondering, well, why didn't I cut a piece that fit this properly? It's quite simple. We are going to be putting adhesive here, and closing this flap so no one would see that designer series paper. It would be a waste of your designer series paper to do that, and it would mean that you would only get to have about 6 cards out of a designer series paper, as opposed to the 9 cards that you're able to get if you cut your papers this way. Okay, so we've put adhesive inside here, and we're closing that flap up. Now we're going to do our small piece. If you really like the pattern that's on the back, you could also do that. You could put that blue pattern up here and the airplanes down there. It will look great too. I'm just really happy with how these airplanes look, so I'm going to keep my pattern together. There we go. And that just gets centered right in this little pocket here. Now, here's where you have a choice. Oh, actually, let's attach these 2 pieces. Okay, so turn your gray over, put some adhesive on the back, and attach these. All right, now here's where you have the choice. You can either continue on making a pocket with me if you've got some sort of ribbon or twine to close this up. If you don't have that, then you're going to put adhesive on the back of the orange piece and mount it inside so that what you've created then is just a flip open card. Okay? But if you want the pocket card, here's what you're going to do. I'm using just some linen thread or baker's twine, and I'm going to wrap it around this skinny section here up in the top. And wrap it like 2 or 3 times. If you're using ribbon, you really only have to go around once. But you're going to wrap that 2 or 3 times. And then we're not even going to worry about making a pretty bow, because we're making something, we're putting a decal over top. So you're going to tie a knot. You're just going to tie a little knot somewhere behind where the decal would sit. Okay? Make sure the edges are trimmed so nothing is poking out the sides. And then just to make your life a little easier, you're going to spread out your twines kind of to how you like them to look from the front. And you're going to add a little piece of double-sided tape just to hold them in place. Again, this double-sided tape is going to be hidden. Nobody's going to see it, but it just really helps keep your thread from moving and kind of making a mess of your project. I guess that doesn't matter. Okay, you're ready to hide this now. So if you have some dimensionals, we're going to use those now. I'm just using a couple fat chunks of the edge of my mini dimensionals, and my decal will go over top of those. You won't be able to see them. Okay, so just make sure that you've spaced them so you can hide all of that messy stuff in the back. There we go. And then your pocket would just go right in there, like so. Now, I'm going to switch these. Okay, so let's pretend we're at this point in life. We have made our little pocket. We're ready to add our airplane. So I, for this one, have stamped my airplane in Night of Navy, and I cut it out with the coordinating dies. Again, because this is a refilm, I didn't have an airplane ready. I'm just trying to get this done for you. So I've stamped this in Night of Navy. It looks great just on its own. You do not have to color it. It looks adorable, and it's a very easy way for you to let the paper speak for itself and the pocket feature speak for itself. If you decide, no, I actually really like the color feature, you can grab a few markers. I would suggest blends. So we've got our light copper clay and our light smoky slate. and I'm going to do a little bit of coloring here. So we're doing messy coloring. I am not a perfect colorer. I am not good with shading. I am literally just quickly adding little bits of gray to the wings and the back. Might even add them to those little strings. The other piece that I'm adding gray in is the front of the plane here, and kind of where Stampin' Up! Has added motion propeller looks, okay? And maybe in the card seat, okay? Very messy. You can see lots of white, but that's the beauty of blends, is they are very, very forgiving, and they'll actually kind of spread out too once you leave them alone for a few minutes. So just add little bits of color and let this sit. It will give you kind of a watercolor look without using watercolor paper, okay? There we go. And that is your card. They're very simple to make, so fun and so easy to pop out. And you could stick a gift card in there or anything else you like, but it's a really fun way for you to use your designer paper and to make a special little card for someone. So I hope this video worked and I hope you enjoy it. Please click that like and subscribe button to my channel because I do post a video every Tuesday for you, and I will craft with you guys again very, very soon. Bye.